of something.
And it's 6:15. Let's get in the middle of a podcast.
You want to get in? You just want to drop it like it's hot?
I just want to get in the middle.
Okay. It ain't gonna get weirder than that.
Jeez.
I got you to laugh, though. I got him to laugh and you to smile.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
And that's how we started. Welcome back to the ShaloTek Podcast, where Travis is tired and Tim is being a baby.
Wee.
Or I'm being a baby and Tim is tired. Or we're both tired and we're both being a baby.
You know, it does suck. Like, you go, hey, come on, let's do this podcast. And you think in your head, oh, it's going to be this beautiful, cherry little thing that you do. And it's just going to be that way. You show up and magic happens, right?
Magic.
Yeah. But there are days where you're just like, and I guess it applies to work or anything you do, ditch digging, plumbing, whatever. But you just like, ain't feeling it today, boys. I don't care what it is. Can you imagine the guy with the best job ever? He still has that day.
Yeah.
You know, whatever that job is.
Yeah.
And?
And that's why most podcasts stop after 3.
Is that what it is?
Yeah, something like that.
Well, then we're golden, man.
What are we, number 4?
No, this is 5.
What?
Yeah,
I guess I
yeah.
should have seen that from the notes.
Beginner reps. All right, let's jump in.
We're going
What
to
do you
jump
got,
right
bud?
in?
Yeah, let's jump right in.
What do you got? Show us.
I feel like
Today's
I feel like I didn't
supposed to
do
be
a
a
good
short
intro.
day anyway, so
Yeah, it is. Today's a short day.
we blame Tim.
It's me.
Solely Tim's fault.
Uh-huh. That's my job. Official whipping boy.
Yeah.
ShaloTek.com. Do
Wait, I feel like I didn't do a good intro.
you want to do it again?
You just like welcome to the podcast where we talk about what's going on around the shop, the new products we have, the old products we're getting rid of.
We're getting rid of stuff? Because I didn't get that memo.
Welcome to the
Sorry, Tim,
podcast.
you gotta go.
Oh, and that's my cue.
We talk about industry things happening, and what's the word that we used last week for people?
Dingleberry. Not the word.
I don't
Moving on.
remember.
That wasn't it. All right. Thank you for the intro. All right, let's start it.
There we go. Yeah, so earlier this week, we dropped the new LC for the 365, so you can see that here.
Dum.
Yeah. 7.5-inch slide uses our 4.1-inch barrel.
If you asked Tim, it's 7 3/4.
Oh, I figured out where I got that info from.
Where?
That's the raw stock.
Yeah.
Makes sense. Okay,
Yep.
cool.
Yeah, so that's the LC for the 365. We have something else that is dropping today as well.
But tell me more about the 365. That's got something extra on it.
Yeah,
that
we
I-
just kind of like
Yeah,
passed
yeah,
over
so-
on the whole thing.
Right.
Yeah.
So you get the slide by itself, or you have the option of doing a full race build, which includes our flex frame, thumb throttle integrated on the trigger guard, and magwell attachment for the mag housing, the 17-round mag housing.
Yeah, but what's this new cosmetic that's
Yeah.
just on it that's not like the Fury, the Tracker, the Sentinel, or the EDC?
Yeah. Ooh, it's got 4 holes in the sides.
Yeah, the 4 holes. It's got 6 comp port holes on the top. We'll probably throw in a better picture, a better photo on this. But the design for this slide is called the Warden. Why we went this way, Travis could tell you all about it. Just kidding.
Actually, couldn't.
Yeah.
I could.
Yeah, it's funny
But
how.
it'd be a 30-second quick story that no one actually cares about.
Yeah, the warden. Like, how did it get named? I don't know.
Something
Yeah.
about the Sentinel.
I
It's
walked
another
into
follow-on.
Matthew's office and he was like, so I was falling in line with what you guys named the slides before. How's the Warden sound? I was like, that's it.
Yeah, Dylan really liked the name Warden.
Yeah.
So Tim doesn't like you, just so you know.
No, that's not
fine.
true. That's
I-
not true. It has nothing to do with your performance or the gun. It's just your hair.
Yeah. Okay. You act like you care.
Not at all.
Yeah, so that's the LC Warden. It is live on our website, so feel free to go check this out. It's great. This thing shoots.
Oh,
just
dude.
unbelievably flat.
Tim, why would you buy this thing?
It's flat. I mean, it shoots so flat.
It really is super flat.
And the thing that I like, when you go shooting, you have to learn how to do it. It's a skill set you have to develop, right? Well, you can buy things that make it easier for you to be better. That's one of them. Like, it's just so easy. And the thing I absolutely love about it, even though I don't know that I would do it for me, there's a lot of customers that want this. It's got the cut in the top of the slide. so you can put in a ported barrel.
Yeah, if you really wanted to.
Yeah.
There are people that
Yep.
are doing it. Are we doing it? No, not right now. We're trying to catch up with everything that we have. So,
But that
is it
thing,
Mongoose? Is it
Monsoon Tactical.
Monsoon. So sorry
Yeah.
I messed that one up. I was close.
It's all right.
but
I'm pretty sure I'm the one that tells everybody about him anyway. So
Yeah.
It works
Monsoon
out.
Tactical. They've done
Great guy.
They did it on the double XL, and we saw a video of that, and that thing was flat.
Yeah.
So now this is a double XL barrel in a comp.
Yeah.
yeah, uses standard recoil assembly. So you
Yeah.
don't have
XL
to-
recoil spring.
Yep. And it runs flat with the factory spring. So, like, if you wanted to, you can actually tune the spring to whatever competition load you're shooting.
Can you
Yeah.
make this like a staccato?
Yeah, there's absolutely no question. Don't get me wrong. Love the guys with
said it.
staccato with the 1911s. But this is breaking into that territory where now you've actually got a race gun that you can actually tune and tweak. We've actually had requests for the flex frame to do a frame-mounted optics mount that comes up and over the slide with like a barrier mount, and I want to do that so bad. I know it's a complete rewrite on the program, but I want to do that. So.
Yeah. Now, can it do that little fancy?
Nope.
No,
I
it
can't do that.
It really can't.
No.
We're at the mercy of
Yeah, sorry.
parts we can't control. But
Sorry, physics are
man.
working against us there.
And here's the winner. Like at the end of the day, it's what we built the whole platform off of. You go and you race this thing on the weekends, full size, ready to go, and then you pull off the slide, pull off the frame, drop it on a compact frame, drop on a compact slide, whether you want it comped or not. Now it's your daily carry with
Yep.
one serialized part. Like
Yeah.
I can appreciate what Sig did with the FCU on this thing. So that's the whole point. Like instead of having to, don't get me wrong, a true gun guy wants all the guns in the world, but instead of having to go pick up a bunch of serialized pieces and get used to different actions, triggers, all that, you can dial it in for what you like and then easily transfer from concealed to racing on the weekends and
Yeah.
back. So
And if you know, like, there's always a naysayer, there's always criticisms like, well, that's exactly the opposite of what the P320F is supposed to be. You're right, Gramps. It is. But just like with any car, like, you don't need a C8. You don't need a
twin turbo on a
Veyron.
Lamborghini.
Right, yeah,
Lamborghinis
like-
are fast as it is, but
Yes,
might
well,
as well
the
make it 1,800 horsepower.
Speed limit's 80 miles an hour. So what? You know, like the
Where's
point
there
is
80 in the state of Georgia?
I think no, it's not in Georgia.
yeah,
I think
no,
it's
out
like
of state.
Arizona
I
or
think
something.
Texas has 80 too.
But
Outside of Houston. or
just
something.
because you can't do it doesn't mean you shouldn't do it.
Right.
So,
Yeah.
like, go nuts, man. Have fun with it.
We're in the game
Yeah.
of trying to figure out what you can do to these things. So, and then the other thing to talk about, because we've seen it, we've had it asked. Shout out to Harrington giving us a dude.
Yeah,
That-
Corey's a great guy.
Yeah, that video. We thank you.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that was our goal, right? For everyone listening, no, we didn't pay him $10,000 to say that about us. So we really appreciate it. But something that needs to be addressed is holster fitment on
Yeah.
these things, because it's super questionable. Now, in this setup right here with the thumb throttle, that's up in the air. You're going to have to find somebody to do a custom holster for you at this moment.
Yep.
Outside of the thumb throttle with the regular macro frame, which is what everyone's talking about. In-house, we've seen this thing, for the most part, live in macro framed holsters. Like holsters meant for macro frames.
Yep.
Really cheap option, rounded by concealment gear, or concealment gear by Rounded. I always get it messed up. They've changed
Concealment
their name.
Express by Rounded Gear.
Wow. See, dude, I've watched them for the past, I don't know how many years, and that name has changed so much. Used to
Yeah.
be Concealment Express.
Yeah, it's Concealment Express, but I don't know what they did, but they
Rounded
just,
Gear may have bought
Rounded
them,
Gear is the
or-
brand, the name now.
Maybe, yeah.
Yeah.
So, anyways, Dylan carries those. I actually carry one for like my conceal. It fits.
Yeah.
Like, is there a perfect absolute snap to it? No, but it's like right there. So you can go good there. Tim, who are the other ones that we're working with? I don't want to say their names like I've already mispronounced multiple names this morning.
We're working with a manufacturer in Colorado, Slim Fit Holsters.
Okay.
He's actually made some for the thumb throttle and light bearing. So, like, if you have a setup that you specifically want,
He already has the thumb throttle one?
Yeah, he's already got a thumb throttle. Matter of fact, I want to get your order today because he's going to ship out a bunch of different holsters for us. It's not settled or it's not set as of today, but we'll probably end up actually carrying them on the website.
Okay.
That way we have them.
Cool.
When you order whatever component you get, whether it's the flex frame or slides, you'll be able to just pick up the holster from us as well via Slim Fit. So
Okay.
Yep.
Cool.
Yep.
And then there's a few other ones out there that have been making custom holsters for us as well. So
Yes, sir.
they're out there. You're not completely out of luck.
no,
And
you're not dead
Yeah.
in the water.
Yeah.
Yeah, there are people out there making holsters, and I feel like there are a lot of people out there that have set up a holster making shop, just to do on the side. So ask around. Somebody knows somebody that makes a custom holster and can make one for you.
Yeah.
Is that on that part?
Yeah. No, that
I think that covers the LC.
Yeah, that covers the LC.
Well, that hold on, that covers the LC, but that doesn't cover the 365 in its entirety. There's still more coming.
Oh yeah. We're not done.
Yeah.
But we'll
Yeah.
leave that where it's
Yeah,
at.
like when you look at this, you like kind of go, okay, we're finished, right?
No.
Nope.
No.
There is another plan.
There's another plan.
We'll revisit that once we nail out details for it.
Probably after SHOT Show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's what we're on track for. It's right after SHOT Show.
Yeah, that's the fun part. You're like SHOT Show every year. What's the new stuff?
Yeah.
Well, who's
Yep.
dropping what? Oh, Springfield's got this. Rest in peace, Gadsden Glock just passed away. So who knows? They might come out with an AR platform. There's always going to be something new. My goal, I want all of it to just die away. I don't want to hear it. All I want to hear about is like, dude, did you hear about that thing ShaloTek put out?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Wow.
right.
Which we're not going to SHOT Show this year. Womp
Yeah.
womp. For
We get that
everyone.
question all the time.
Yeah, we're not going to go this year. We are busy, thankfully, and it just does not make sense to pull from the resources to go out there this year. So, 2025, maybe we'll go.
Yeah, here we are.
If we're buried again, I don't
we're
know.
15 days into January, and we're like, maybe 2025 is going to be our
Except
year.
we will have just moved or be moving into our new building at
Yeah.
that time. So, I don't know if we continue to stay buried. Going to SHOT Show.
Well, at that point, we'll just hire a guy. Like, can you go to SHOT Show for us right now? We're kind of swamped, dude. So, like,
You're supposed to be that guy, but I can't even I can't afford the resources for you to leave for a couple of
dude.
days.
You send me a shot in Vegas, I don't know that I'm coming back. Sorry, I'll do that.
I'm
whole,
glad you
like,
said it. That's
one-way
my
plane
biggest
ticket.
fear.
Yeah, that's my Nick Cage.
Your
thing.
wife came to me and she said, "Listen,
Don't do it.
please send him.
Yeah, exactly.
Right. God.
It's my
Trying to
easy
kill
way
him for
out."
20 years. So what's next? Do tell.
Yeah, so we do have one more release that is happening. We'll fill you in on that in just a second.
We have more releases happening, but we
Yeah.
have a release happening
Today.
today.
Yeah.
Tomorrow, today.
Yeah. Thursday, releasing on
Friday.
Yep. One thing we did get is we just got a used fifth axis machine. in
It's
the shop.
new
To
us.
You
I
know,
don't know.
actually, I was surprised at how well that thing cleaned.
Yeah.
Like you look
Yeah.
at it and you're just like, that's not that beat up.
I mean, it's only a 2013. We have older machines in the shop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. But Travis, I don't know if you can give us a 30-second, like, what's the fifth axis machine? Are we expecting that to what are we kind of expecting that to jump into per se?
okay, cool. So I'm going to put on my Matthew for a second of let me quickly explain this. Machines operate on multiple axes. You have a 3-axis machine at its basic core. It moves this way, and this way, right? You get a 4-axis machine, you have all 3 of those, plus you can rotate in one direction, right? Get a 5-axis, now you can rotate in 2 directions. So you can get on a bunch of compound angles. I'm going to stop there. Otherwise, Matthew's going to call me out later for explaining it the wrong way. But ultimately what that means is...
And nothing stings worse than a Matthew cut. Yeah. Like, you're stupid.
I know you...
Oh, okay.
I know. He could explain it so much better, and we could have an hour-and-a-half podcast on it. But before, especially when it comes to the frames, a lot of the areas that we have to get to, we have to stitch in different areas, which means you have to take way more passes to stitch in all of those angles. With a 5-axis, Matthew's a genius, and he can approach it on a different... What you guys talking about over there? Just kidding. Okay, he can approach it on a different angle. Ultimately, all that means is the product will only get better, A, and B.
More More of it quicker.
we can run a whole lot quicker. So we should be able to start pushing out the frames. I'm not going to say at 2x, but definitely like maybe 1.7x.
I think you're overestimating. It's 1.58.
Maybe 1.62. No, but we are going to be able to run quicker. Even just like op 1. We don't have to do it in as many as operations. Step 1.
What's an operation?
Operation is like it.
No, I'm serious. Like, when
Yeah, a
you're
lot of
talking
people
to
don't
the
know.
GP.
So like operations, let's do the slide because it'll be a whole lot easier at the end of the day. I can't use that slide. Okay. Cool. So this comes in as a round bar, right? A simple round bar. Some people would argue that you could get it in flat bar, and you can, but in 416, it's very hard to get in flat bar, and it's not cost effective if you do. So we bring it in a round bar, saw it up. The first operation is we make this thing a square, kind of, with, I wouldn't call those dovetails. I'd call that a ledge. You want to cut in here?
Nope.
Okay, anyways, that's an op, and then it moves to another machine to do part of the slide, but you can't get to all of it in one thing. That's an operation. Then we move it to somewhere else that's set up differently, and it hits other parts of the slide because you couldn't get them in the last operation. That's an operation. Then you go to put in cosmetics. That's an operation. So essentially operations, you need them to get the thing done.
Yeah, it's
You can't just like throw in a piece of metal and get to every side all the time. It just
No.
doesn't work.
No, you have. For every single thing that you do, you've got two sides of the coin. You have to hold it,
Yeah.
and you have to do work to it.
Yeah.
And where you're holding it, you can't do work to it. So if you need to do work where you're holding, you have to let go and flip it over or turn it around or whatever. And
Clip it off, clean
that's
it. There's like
kind
all
of-
kinds of yeah.
tons of stuff.
So
And then there's all the QA checks that go into it as you go along. You can take a round bar, turn it into a rectangular bar, and scrap that shit. Just like that. You haven't
Asked him
done
how he
anything.
knows. Asked
Yeah.
him how he knows. Okay. Anyways, so what was I? Oh, we're going to be able to move
Operations.
quicker because we don't need as many ops to spit out the frames, and because we're not having to stitch angles in, which is essentially like think of it as stitching. You like barely. So that's essentially whittling away at the metal to get into stuff like this area. We can throw it up on a compound angle, hog it. So like op 1 on an FCU housing, we're going to be able to pull off like 40% right off the bat.
That's nice.
Yeah, so frames should be running quicker. That also allows us to, we used to be in and out. Maybe I've talked about this on the podcast already, so I'm sorry if I have, but we used to be in and out of the machines that we had in frames and slides. That really slowed things down. Now, 3 of our machines that used to be in and out on slides and frames are just buried in slides. And then other machines are only going to be buried in frames. So there should be
Yeah, it's almost
inventory
like-
on the website.
Yeah, when you say in and out, you like we would run slides for a week or 2 weeks or 3 weeks, and then we would tear down, pull all the tooling out, change all the fixturing, go in, set up for the frames, run those for a week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks.
And while you're doing that, you can't run slides and
Right.
everything's backing up.
So it's one or the other. And by putting on this new machine, we're more or less dedicating an entire production line or machines for that production process. So
Thank you for explaining that better. It actually needed to be explained because people would be like, what do you mean in and out?
no, it's not a problem.
We don't have an in and out burger in this town.
I know that's what I thought too. I was like, I gotta say something because now I want a cheeseburger.
Now I want
That's
a
all I thought.
I want a cheeseburger. Matthew told me, speaking of food, the Chick-fil-A in Pooler, they're getting another location because it gets 16
If you say 1,000, I'll smack you because it can't be.
1,600 vehicles a day.
Well, like in Ocala,
Wow.
they put that one right there on 200, and the line would back out into the highway
Down.
every day.
Yeah.
Like, it's obscene. They put drugs.
No, it could be
Don't
1,000.
sue me.
Let's do some quick math on Let's do some Chick-fil-A math.
Some Chick-fil-A math.
Chick-fil-A math.
Okay,
How many
what's-
cars do you think they can get through in an hour? It has to be 1,600.
Has to be because, I mean, 16,000 is the population of Pooler.
It shows up every day
It does.
to Chick-fil-A.
As a matter of fact, I got my my little Chick-fil-A gift card for Christmas. You know, like when you're going through all, you're like, oh, that aunt I never talked to. I got the card. There's a $10 Chick-fil-A, and I'm like,
Kinda
good lunch today.
1,600. I don't know. Maybe 1,650. Matthew has the exact numbers. We will correct it next week.
Let's do this. They have a lot of traffic. Regardless of the number, it's too much. Why is that? Like, what do they put in there that just, or is it just the service? I mean,
I
the
don't
food
know.
is just a chicken sandwich, right? I'm not a Popeyes fan. I don't like all that crunchy.
You know what it is? I think like it used to be built on the service of the people. They're still good. On top of it, I feel like Chick-fil-A just continues to invest in logistics. Like if you really think about it, they do everything they can to get you through the line as quickly as possible.
Have you seen the little rain pods that they
Yes.
wear?
Yeah.
That's epic.
And like now they have the walk-through doors at some of their locations where it like right in the drive-through they have those full sliding glass doors where multiple employees are walking out to multiple lines. If
It's not a window.
another chain had to deal with the traffic that Chick-fil-A has to deal with, your 15-minute wait in Chick-fil-A would probably be 2 hours.
Yeah.
You wait 15 minutes at Chick-fil-A?
No, because I use the mobile app and I do the mobile app drive-through line now. Ours has the little scan the QR code.
Bougie.
All those people
Sometimes
that
you-
don't use that line.
You wait 15 minutes at a order window just to place your order at other restaurants. So
Oh,
I mean,
so-
sometimes at Chick-fil-A you wait 15 minutes just to
Okay.
get to the person.
So last night I was here running machines, and my wife got off work, heading to the house, and I text her. I'm like, "Hey, drop me off a burger or something on the way." She goes, "Okay, I'll get you a roast beef sandwich." And I'm like, "Yeah,
Arby's?
yeah."
Okay.
So
Where's there an Arby's?
in town.
over
Okay.
by the Harbor Freight.
So,
I should know that.
it's like
they just read
40 minutes later, and I'm like, "Well, she's divorcing me. I'm not eating."
Should have just went to Little Caesars.
Yeah, so I'm like, well, I guess they're having a good time, whatever that is. And she comes in, and it's like, here you go. And this was from a restaurant, not Arby's. And I saw that look on her face. I was like, okay, cool. Evidently, that line was like, there's 3 cars, and they just started getting mail there. They'd been so long, like they weren't moving. Yeah.
I will give a shout out to one place in this town, Jalapenos.
Oh yeah.
Dude, 3 tacos for $5.
You can't
It's
beat
the
it.
best deal you can get. And you sit down, and those tacos are almost at your table 30 seconds later. Like, there's no point of going to Taco Bell on the other side of the parking lot.
You know what this
In our
town is
town.
missing?
What?
Food trucks.
Yeah, Savannah has them. You just got to go into Savannah. Why would a food truck come to Rinkin?
Well, I mean, there's no question.
Wait,
Everything
there
else
was a
is
food
coming
truck
to
at the end of the
Rinkin.
road like 2 weeks ago,
Really?
right?
There's a guy
don't
with
know.
a tent out at the end of
That's
the road.
That's a food truck.
Yeah. To a degree.
It's not just me this time.
Yeah, but I didn't drop the whole thing.
That's a food truck.
Well, hey, look. In the spirit of dropping stuff, drop
Let's
a bomb
drop
on
it.
us.
Drop a bomb.
Okay, so yeah, everyone's been asking for this, so here it is. The 320 full size comp slide.
Also, with the Warden cosmetic
Yeah, I was gonna get there, but hey, you take it over.
and 6 ports instead of the 3 ports that we do on the 320 compact comp slide. We should have brought one of those up here for reference.
In comparison,
also
this
out.
is the LC 365 slide.
It's bigger
Yeah,
and blacker.
You want to talk about a
grab the
flat
frame.
shooting
Thank
like the 365 LC impresses me. The 320 full size impresses me.
Don't get me wrong. It's an engineering feat. Absolutely love it.
No, I think the best way to put it is the 365 LC impresses you. The 320 just puts the biggest smile on your face that could possibly be there.
It could be weight too,
Yeah.
like in the simplest form. And it really just depends on what round you want to shoot. Because at the end of the day, the flex frame is still great on the 365 platform. I like the slimmer side of it, but it still fills the hand perfectly.
Well,
but
I mean, you're illustrating something that's just spot on. We have thinner hands. We're built like normal human beings. When you take a meathead like Dill here, he's got this big ham fists. He has to have a 320.
yeah.
You
Yeah.
know, that gun looks like something you can hold. When you hold the flex, it's like you're holding like,
like-
some little pea shooter.
It looks to me, it's
Am I holding an LCP like 380?
Yeah.
I don't know the size of a Desert Eagle,
DE.
but we got to be touching close on it. But no, that thing shoots flat. So
Yeah.
get it while you can, because if you don't get in on it now, it'll be
You can get it later.
multiple weeks before you get it.
You don't get it now. You can
get it later.
Yeah.
But it's going to be a while. You will
Yeah.
not get the first run.
Yeah, that's the anticipation of like what the like actual back order log is going to be is It's kind of spooky, you know.
Yeah.
I know it's definitely going to be a minute.
Yeah, and then because we've been waiting to fill out and be able to fill out the 365 line and be able to stay in production on them fully before we came and dropped this. So now that this is available, we're gonna fill out the 320 line in the non-comped versions. So if you just want a non-comped but with our cosmetics on it, just to change up something different on your 320, that'll be coming out. And then Tim and I have told Matthew we need to finish up the flex frame for it as well.
Oh, for the 320 line?
Yeah.
Da, da, da.
Yeah. We haven't dove into it yet because we got to finish up some stuff on the 365, but we just have to.
Yeah.
So that's what you want.
That's what I want.
All things being equal, if you say, hey, what's the dream time? What's the next thing coming? You want to do a flex frame for the 320.
Yeah.
That's gonna
Big
be an
lift.
epic day. Yeah, it's gonna be an epic day.
It'd be right though. It'd be. And then next week, the week after, I don't know. We'll be releasing things. I think almost weekly right now through the month of January. The way things are going. So, is there anything else, Dylan? We said this one was going to be short.
Yeah, no. If you are looking to pick this up, it's live on our website as of today, as of this podcast dropping. So feel free to check it out there. We're expecting lead time / back orders to first start going out within 4 to 6 weeks.
Roughly.
Yeah.
Could be sooner.
Our website says 3 to 6. Give us 4 to 6. That gives us a little bit of cushion room to make sure we can have that out in the timely manner that we are shooting for. So,
Because we can create these things out fast, but then we are at the mercy of heat treat and nitride.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
And so even though they're coming off of our machines, they still have to go out to post-processing. That can sometimes take a week and a half. That's what slows everything down. I wish sometimes we could just off the machine, out the door.
Can't happen.
No, I can't, but I wish.
I wish Dream World, where we had a division of heat treat and a division of whether it's black nitride or Cerakote or PVD or whatever. But man, it's complicated enough just dealing with you idiots. Can you imagine having entire buildings for other things?
Well, we scaled up so quickly in 23.
Yeah. You would think, oh, well, this is going to settle down. It's going to get easier. And then we just keep doing more and more and more.
Yeah.
yeah.
We thrive on chaos, evidently.
Apparently. And freak out on chaos?
Not me, man. Cool as a cucumber.
Cool as a cucumber.
Dig it.
Jeez.
So, yeah, that's it.
That's it.
So we have to get to work.
Yeah, we've got to cut this short because we've actually got buttons to push, machines to load.
We've got a lot to do, so it's going to be a short podcast, which means maybe some of you will listen all the way through this one.
Yeah.
And then we'll look at our
I hope
things.
so.
And then we'll
Otherwise,
go,
you missed the 320 altogether.
yeah, we
and
saved it right to
gosh,
the end,
that
and we
would
didn't even
suck.
tease it.
Yeah.
Well, I'm just gonna put this out there. I'm not what you would consider to be, up to speed, being the old guy, but put it in the thumbnail.
Get right.
Somebody needs a shocker face.
No, it can be Tim. Tim's got the greatest shock face. Ready?
Really?
3, 2. There you go.
That's pretty good,
yeah.
Tim.
Yeah, and this is in in frame.
Your son would be impressed
What?
with shocker face.
Look,
You can start training him.
This is antithesis of everything that I stand for. I know it looks like this is my dream job. I want to be in front of the camera and tell funny ha-has, but I'm not looking for fame. I just want the fortune.
I just want to I want to put cool stuff out into the world and people buy it so I can live. That's it.
If all things being equal, if you're okay, what's your motivation? I'm not John Moses Browning, but I would really like to be at least as good as his brother. That's where I'm at. I want to be known as
or his second cousin.
Yeah, exactly. He's 2 cousins removed. That's all I'm looking for. Hey, that guy does cool stuff. That's it.
That's it.
Yep.
Yeah.
It functions good.
Dude, actually, no BS. That was the thing that blew me away. Range day. What was it? Sunday?
Yeah.
Almost 1,000 rounds downrange over a couple of hours.
Yeah.
And not a hiccup.
Not a single one.
Yeah.
And we'll end up posting a video on Instagram, but that thing was popping smoke rings.
Oh,
out of
yeah,
the
like a little
320.
choo-choo train.
Yeah.
Yep.
Or like puffing on a cigar, and you, like, literally, you can see it coming straight up, kind of like at an angle, but you can watch that smoke come up, and it's like a little smoke ring coming out of that hole right there, or
Yeah.
one of the holes. I don't know, but it's just like,
Yeah.
Yep, donuts.
we were so impressed by it.
Speaking of
Thing's
donuts,
awesome.
can we wrap this up and go get some?
No, we have to get to work. That's why
got
we're
no
wrapping
time.
it up.
Look, feed me caffeine and sugar.
Yeah, right. All right. Well, thanks for watching. Again, short one. We appreciate you guys, but we have to get back to work. So we will see you next week.
Love you. Bye.
Peace out.